Well, it is a beautiful day and it's time to take the Mighty Boy out for its first drive around the block since it's had a bit of work done. We have fixed or replaced the points and they were a little bit burnt out, which sort of made it idle a bit lumpy, and so thankfully my mechanic had some points lying around in his truck in a little box that he never looks at, was able to put them in. The battery's been charged up, check the levels, everything looks okay. The oil looks a little bit old, but there's plenty of it there. I just have to replace this at some stage. It's the overflow for the radiator, and it's just got a sports drink bottle lid on it, which I think anyone would agree is not ideal. Anyway, for the trip around the block to give it a test, it'll be fine, and this will be the first time I've driven one on the road since I had the automatic 2-speed blue and white one a few years ago. This one, as you can see, is Daisy. It's yellow, and it's the one I bought from Country Kingaroy a little while ago, and have had sitting around so long in the garage waiting for its time in the sun that geckos have left little messages all over it from the roof. That's what you get in Queensland. Modern Queensland, mind you. They only arrived about 25 years ago at the port, and they've been hanging around ever since. Anyway, they're not a big deal, but if things do stay in a garage too long, they leave their little messages all over it. So you can see it's still in reasonable nick. It'll need a bit of body work and paint. It looks like the muffler might need a bit of work too, even though there's a gigantic exhaust pipe there. The muffler is looking a little bit unhappy. I noticed that this morning when I was putting the number plates on it. And the interior has cleaned up nicely. The seats will need a bit of work. I'll get them done at some stage. Probably I'll see how it feels, whether I do the paintwork or whether I do the seats first. I have to do other work first yet. Who knows what will happen after this run around the block. So I'm not even going to bother washing off that stuff. It's too sunny and hot at the moment. I think I'll just go for a run around the block and you can watch from over the shoulder. Got my important glasses on because I'm just looking at the receipt from the mechanic. We did the left-hand ball joint, engine mount, a couple of wheel cylinders down the back, a couple of pedal rubbers for my feet, and an air filter. So, choke out, neutral, lit up. Let's see how we go. Still sounds a little bit burbly. Oh, we'll give it a try on the road.
Steering wheel's a little bit out of shape. Yes, it's not running exactly as smoothly as I'd like. So we'll have to do some more digging on what's going on, and also the steering is obviously out of whack, which I suppose could be after the work on the tie rod ends and such. I do think it's idling too slow. Let's go and have a look at the tyres and see if there's any apparent reason for this being out of whack. Well, that's straight. You know what I think? I think we need a second opinion, which means a second drive.
Take two. Well, it seems to be running a bit happier, just with a bit of choke to bring up the revs. So, maybe low idle, lack of use, is what has given this some grief. Still not sure about what's going on with the steering rack though. I will not be going far in this condition. Well, there we are. The second run, I think it ran better. It might just need the traditional mechanics tune-up, where you just give it a really good rev, clean things out. I'll leave that for another day and ask advice about what's happening with the steering rack. I doubt things are just settling back in after work down there. It just doesn't. It should be bang on from the word go. So anyway, it's been interesting to take it around the block and see how it does. And it does okay.